Hey guys, it's your boy Fiskon here with another video on the Steam Deck, and this one in particular was to talk about the use of the trackpad in Dota 2 and a few other things, but the main question I believe was related to how the trackpad plays. And by default, when you install Dota 2, it uses a setup where the trackpad is registered as a joypad instead. What I mean by that is if you go over here into controller settings and you edit layout, you select trackpad, instead of saying as mouse, it'll literally say as joystick or joystick. Not sure what the difference is, but I think one makes it it acts as a literal joystick. And it's a huge difference. So if you set it as mouse, it acts like this. If you set it as joystick, it literally acts like a joystick. It's kind of weird how well it acts as a joystick. The main difference I would say is there's you don't notice when you move this to left, it gets faster as you go. But with the mouse set up right now, it goes as fast as you move your thumb. So if I were to reenact it with my hand, it feels, I don't know how to word it, but more accurate, I guess. You can also flick it where you take your thumb off while you're sliding across and it'll go across. Not that I can do it accurately repeatedly. I can't get the same movement, so I don't know how you would use that, but I'm sure someone in this world will become skilled enough at the trackpad that they can flick it to the exact pixel they want, but I'm not your guy. Additionally, I've never played Dota, so when you watch this footage of me screwing around because I have no idea what I'm doing, don't judge me, because this is like my fourth game and I suck. But yeah, it makes a phenomenal difference using the joystick as a mouse versus the trackpad as a mouse. I don't know how to put it. I can literally, it's super accurate for a controller. I think the mouse would still be more accurate. You can always plug one in, but that kind of defeats the purpose. But I can look at a hero and then I can select that hero, I would tell you the names, like if I were to go for this top left one, boom, Maybe this old guy with the beard, I can just look at him and I can move my mouse to where I want it and it just goes there. If I were to do the same thing with a joystick, I don't know, this Hulk looking guy right here, the one with the mustache. I had him for a second there. There we go. Pudge. He does not look like the Hulk now. Oh geez. But it's way more accurate, and that's what makes it so intuitive. Like when I was playing StarCraft, it just felt like everything I wanted was selected the way I wanted it.
10 seconds.
I don't know how to explain it, but they are phenomenally different than a joystick, and I can't remember the last time I used a trackpad on a laptop, so I don't know if they're comparable. I think that because the screen's much smaller, it makes a big difference. I still haven't figured out how to buy properly from this shop. Oh wait, I think it's right click. Yeah. Or whatever click that is. Cool. Whoops. It seems my left click is over here, which is what I use for the skills. Speaking of skills, we'll buy this one first because it's first. No real tactic there. Don't know what the hell I'm doing anyways. Oh cool, teammate. Oh, that's a teammate. I thought it was a bad guy for a second. Anyways, when it comes to skills, right, with this particular layout, I'll use the D-pad to select my skills. And then from there, I can use the right trackpad or the left trackpad to select my target. And then the left trackpad click is what engages that skill. Now, I can still use this one and click with this one. And this is what I end up doing most of the time. The only thing that's annoying is that I have to select my skill with the trackpad. I'm thinking maybe if they disable this as a trackpad and make it a directional pad with a click, so you can select skill, click, select skill, click, it'd be better because then you don't have to go as far. But, that's something you can choose to do because these games weren't made to run on the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck was made to be able to run them and then be able to have enough key combinations to make sure it can run a plethora of games. And when it comes down to is how well can you adjust the hotkeys and stuff like that to the specific game you're playing. That's why the game experience varies so much, because there's more to it than just plug and play. It's not, most games, they have a controller scheme, but you want to utilize things that are different. Things like the the trackpad. Those aren't default. Not every game has, not every device has a trackpad. So you have to build that in there. And Steam is trying to make it
Very well.
super easy for you, but the fact is it's not. You know, you have to spend the time. What I'm saying is you have to spend the time to really set up. And I'm not spending the time. I just went on
Yes.
that thing and downloaded a setup. But I suck too, so I can't really show you the full potential. And that's what I'm worried about, is that I'm not good at Dota. I'm playing bots and I'm going to die. It's a fact. But I don't want you to feel that because I suck that the trackpads don't work. And what I'm trying to say here is it is extremely intuitive, that I'm actually able to utilize all these skills with ease. It's not very hard. I just select what I want. I hit my key combo, or I hit the arrow to select my skill, and then I can target without trying too hard. You know, if I were to try, like here, I'll try the joystick right now. So I hit down, and I'm gonna have to move.
Forward.
I hit down, and I use the joystick to. It's just not gonna happen. And this could be easier if I adjust the sensitivity, but with this trackpad right here, I just have to hit my skill, and then bam, right on. Now when it comes to moving from one side of the screen, so like if I'm over here, it's going to take some time to get used to that, because it's not a weird movement, but it's a movement I feel like you have to develop some practice to utilize, which I don't have. But the thing is, I feel like I could get a lot better over time,
Not ready.
and I don't think it would take a lot of time.
Forward.
I didn't even know Dota 2 had a controller set up to begin with. But the main thing is that these trackpads are not standard, so it's something new.
Good enough.
But it works. You know, I think it works really well. How does it work with other skills? You know, if you ask these questions in the comments, I promise you I'm not going to be able to answer them.
I'll take that.
What is that? Oh, they teleported. I don't like that. That's really scary. There's a lot of bad guys over here. Whoops.
I go in silence.
I still haven't even figured out how to use the donkey to bring me my stuff.
Way ahead of you.
And I feel like this game requires more than just sitting here. I obviously got to take out that tower.
That was my thought.
Oops, I got to select a skill. How do I get more mana? So one of these consumes a target tree to gain 7 health, 3 agility, 2 all attributes. Targets the ground to plant a happy little tree.
What are mine?
The fuck's the tree do? Excuse me. Whoops. What's the tree do?
Radiant's courier has been killed.
Does it give me more mana? No. And these say Z, and I wonder if I feel like these.
Out of mana. Out of mana.
Ability not learned. It looks like he's applied the back buttons to the D-pad setup as well. You know, what would be nice, I think, would be if we could set it up so that once you select ability and you select it again, it utilizes that ability. So if I hit the down arrow, I hit it again on target, it utilizes it. I feel like that would be a little more intuitive than than what it is now.
Silence.
Again, I don't know if these things are capable. I wonder. Edit layout. So if we go over to D-pad, can we set up an extra command? So add, would that execute at the same time? Is there a way to make it regular press? Double press? So in order for this to work, this would have to be, I think, a left click on a double press. Whoops. But run. So if I were to utilize this, this would let me... Of course, I got the ability I don't have. Oh, okay. Edit layout. D-pad. Let's do the down key. So then we're going to hit regular press. No. Add extra command. I don't know the difference between extra. Hold on. Delete extra command. Add sub command. Left click. So what does that mean? I think that activates right after I select it. That could be good or bad. Yeah, it looks like that engages that, activates that skill immediately. Which might, I mean, that might be nicer. Yeah, because I feel like for that particular skill, it might be nicer. If you need a skill or you want to see that like line out, it might not be. Okay, so what if we instead... And this is the thing about this, is you just got to take the time. So, whoops. You just got to take the time to really set this up. How do I get rid of delete sub command? So let's add an extra command instead and then do the double press. So we want left mouse click, then settings, regular press, double press.
Very well.
So now if I hit the down arrow and then again. Oh, you gotta double tap it. Okay, it kind of works. It's not very quick.
Silent is missed.
But yeah, so you get the idea. What it really comes down to is this trackpad is extremely useful in games where you need to utilize a mouse. It's insane how well it works. If you want to get an understanding, a true understanding of how this game works, or this mouse pad, this trackpad works, just take a look at any game where a trackpad is utilized. And when you watch them use the trackpad to play that game, you'll really get an understanding that, hey, this trackpad makes most games that utilize mouses a viable platform portably. You may not be as good, but you can get decent, you know. The skill level might have a cap on it per se, but if you want to play the game on the go, these things make it extremely possible. And that's the biggest thing to understand here is that. And then when it comes to customizability, excuse me. I didn't even know you could do things like double press and stuff. What else is there? Start press, don't even know what that means. Long press, release press, analog, button chord. And then that's just the D-pads. Is there different ones for the triggers? It has the same ones for the triggers. And then if we go down here, there's the gyro behavior, which I haven't utilized. Where's the back triggers? I think they're under buttons. Back grips. So you can set these up however you want. I mean, there's a lot more to it than just loading this game, because this game is playable. It's not verified, which could mean many things. In this case, let's actually go look at that real quick. So if we go down here to game info, these are the reasons it's set as playable. This game sometimes shows mouse, keyboard, or non-Steam Deck controller icons. Entering some text requires manually invoking the screen keyboard. And what that means is you have to hit Steam X, which will bring up that keyboard. Some in-game text is small and may be difficult to read. But otherwise, what this means is that the game is playable. There's just some inconveniences. It's not something that would prevent you from playing. So in conclusion, that trackpad, you can definitely use it in Dota 2. You can definitely do well with it. It'll take time to get used to. And the main thing you have to understand is that you're going to have to learn either a preset that someone made for the Steam Deck, or you're going to have to make your own preset. And what I would advise is you pick a popular one and then you adjust it to what you need, because I think you could really get good at Dota 2 on the Steam Deck once you get a setup that you like. And that's what makes these games, I would assume that's what makes the Steam Deck less appealing, is that, or the idea that the Steam Deck is more of an enthusiast device, is that you have to consider whether you're going to need to put time into setting up the device for that game. Because again, the games weren't made for the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck was made to run all the games, and that requires a lot of variables, right? I'm rambling here, but it works. It's dope. That trackpad is awesome, and you guys should give it a shot when you get yours.